So here's an example for you to try. Find the turning point of that function. Where is it and what's the value of that turning point? I'll go through it bit by bit and you can pause the video at any point and try and carry on. So differentiating, we get this. Differential of 3x squared, bring the power down, times by the number in front is 6x. The next one, the power of x is 1 effectively, but you can think of it as just the x disappears. But 1 times minus 2 is minus 2, and the power turns to 0, which is anything to the power 0 is 1, so just minus 2. Or think of it as the x disappearing if it's on its own. And then finally, as we mentioned earlier, constants disappear when differentiated. So 6x minus 2 is the differential. So that's step 1. Now carry on with step 2, 3 and 4. So step 2, what do we do? Good. 6x minus 2 equals 0. Then solve it. So what do I do? Add 2 to both sides. Right. Right. Divide both sides by 6. X equals 2 over 6, or 1/3. So x equals 1/3. Step 2. Differentiate it, step 1. Step 2, let that differential equal 0 and solve the equation. This time it's a fairly straightforward linear equation. So x turns out to be 1/3. So that tells me that there is a maximum or minimum value for this function when x equals 1/3. Step 3. I want to know whether or not this is a maximum or a minimum, so what do I do, David? Right, good. So if the differential is 6x minus 2, then the second differential is 6. And what do I do with that information? Right, so is it positive or negative? So that means it's a, yeah, positive means it's a minimum. So I've got a minimum value. Nothing I need to do, it's just positive. So I don't need to put x back in. It's telling me that that is a minimum. The second differential is turning from a negative to a positive, so it's a minimum value. And so I now know I have a minimum at this value of x, 1/3. So what is the value of that maximum value? Sorry, minimum value? Step 4. What do I do with that now? Step 4, Alex? Yeah, right. So what's the original function? Y equals 3x squared minus 2x plus 4, was it? Yep, minus 2x plus 4. So I put in my value of x, 1/3. 3 times 1/3 squared minus 2 times 1/3 plus 4. 3 squared is 9, so that's 3 over 9 minus 2/3 plus 4. I can come up with an exact answer. I don't need a calculator for this. 3 9ths is 1/3 minus 2/3 plus 4. 1/3 minus 2/3 is minus 1/3, so it's 4 minus 1/3, which is 3 2/3, or 9 11/3. So I've got a maximum value, sorry, a minimum value at that point. The minimum value of y is 3 2/3, or 11/3. That tells me the lowest point y will go. So I could sketch this curve now. I know that there's a minimum value when x equals a third of 3 2/3. So it's going to look a little bit like this.